Welcome to the Existential Empath Podcast. My name is Tanya, and I am an intuitive empath. My intention is to share valuable tools and techniques that I have learned so you can tap into your own inner healer naturally and intuitively.
Welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well. In this episode, I'm going to discuss how to recognize when you are in alignment with your higher self. And this takes a little bit of practice because oftentimes we can align energetically. However, it takes a little bit longer for things to align in the physical because the physical is a little bit denser. It's a little bit heavier of an energy. And it's also a little bit slower of an energy. So we're looking at more of a third dimensional energy versus a fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, or higher dimensional energy. So when we are living in this realm, it does take a little bit more time for things to align in the physical. But I wanted to just kind of go through some ways that you can tell when you are physically in alignment with your higher self. So, one of the ways that I've recognized when I'm in alignment is I'm living in the present more than I am living in the past or the future. So I am just, really embracing the current moment as it is. And I'm not really worrying about what has happened before or having anxiety of what may or may not happen in the future. I'm just really anchoring myself in to that present moment. And that is a very good indicator that you are moving towards being in alignment with your higher self. And you're going to also, in that present moment, be able to tap in to your abilities, to what your body needs. You may also recognize, too, that you are smiling and laughing more, and you're having a better sense of humor towards life because you're feeling better. You're not, depressed about the past, or you're not stressed out or anxious about what may happen in the future. You're just living in that now moment, and you're much more open to receiving when you are living in the moment. And I know for me, there's oftentimes I have to check myself. I have to say, oh, why am I vacillating on, some of these past memories? And oftentimes, if we are stuck in the past, we've got to move through those emotions. There's some sort of a trapped emotion or an unprocessed emotion that we might have to work through. And so if it's something that keeps nagging and nagging and nagging at you, then it's definitely something that your body is telling you, hey, we need to address this. We need to take a look at it. And when we are sitting in the present moment, whether it be, we're meditating or we're just taking some quiet time to ourselves, or maybe we're spending some alone time in nature, we will begin to tap into, where there might be tension or stress within our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and even our spiritual body. And so when we take the time to be in that present moment, we can really feel where we are and feel what we need to process and what we need to move through. And, when we are in alignment with our higher self, life just has more meaning to it. It feels more balanced. We feel more harmonized. We feel happy. We might even feel content, comfortable. We feel at ease. Things are flowing to us with ease, and we aren't creating resistance or restriction for things to flow in and out because we understand that what is meant to be, in our vortex, so to speak, is what we have manifested and what we have brought in from an energetic standpoint first, and then we allow uh, for it to manifest in our physical reality. Oftentimes, when we are in alignment, we feel very confident and we trust our instincts. We trust our intuition more. We have a deeper understanding of what things may be presenting into our reality because we can sit and observe. When we are in alignment, we are observing oftentimes, and then we will take that action, that divine action, when we feel that intuitive nudge to do so. And I know those times when I'm in the vortex or I'm in alignment, or I've even called it in the zone. If you have played sports or familiar with that concept of being in the zone, that is a powerful time when things just seem to go right all the time. And we can understand when we're in alignment or in the vortex because we can sense the contrast. We can feel, wow, I can definitely tell when I'm in alignment because everything just seems effortless for me. But when I'm out of alignment, it seems like a struggle. It seems like I'm just pulling at teeth, pulling at strings to get things done. And it's really heavy energy. It's really difficult. But when we're in alignment, we're in a much higher frequency. And so things just kind of flow in with ease. And that makes it more peaceful, for us. And we want to stay away from drama and gossip and heavier energies around us. Uh, we don't want to participate in those energies because when we're in alignment, it feels so good. And we understand what it feels like when we're not in alignment. And so we can definitely sense it. I know for me, it's like, I wake up in the morning, I get myself into alignment, and then someone calls me, and then, maybe they're having a bad day and they start venting, and then maybe I start engaging in that. And then boom, I feel myself just falling right out of alignment. And it's like, oh, I could sense it in my body because before my body felt light. It felt pain free. It felt, just nice. I felt very comfortable. And then the moment I slip out of alignment or I shift my frequency, I can oftentimes feel it within my body. I feel a pain or an ache or a heaviness about it. So I've gotten to the point where I can kind of sense when I'm in and out of alignment based off of just how my physical body, tells me. And so, when you're in alignment, you overall, you have a very good well being and you feel healthy and you attract more positive people into your life. You attract more people who are also in alignment. And because it's not personal, it's vibrational. I speak of that often. We attract what frequency we are at, and we can shift in and out of those timelines, at any given moment. So the moment we choose to engage in a lower vibrational conversation, or we choose to engage in spending time in nature, we shift our frequency, we shift our timeline. And, I love that movie Sliding Doors. I don't know if you have ever seen it. It's an older movie, but it's got Gwyneth Paltrow in it. And that's a really good example of timeline shifting and how she had a choice. In the beginning of the movie, she's at work and she has a choice to go home, and she catches her boyfriend cheating on her. And then it follows her path that if she had gone home from work, all of the things that had transpired, or if she choose to stay at work and not go home, and what that path would look like if he hadn't cheated on her, and what their life would look like. So that's a really neat movie if you've never seen it, or maybe if you have seen it. But that's how we can kind of shift our timeline or our realities. And that's when I say we have a choice to do that. It really comes down to, what we're doing and how we are responding and what path we are on. And you also have a choice in that moment that if you do catch, someone cheating on you, you have a choice to participate in that relationship, and how that may transpire, whether you work on it together consciously, through that you both heal your traumas and move through, or you have a choice to get really upset about it and to carry it on and break up with that person and potentially carry that baggage on into your next relationship if you don't choose to heal that pattern. So this is just an example of ways that we can feel like we are either in alignment or out of alignment. And that really does play into what timelines we choose to anchor ourselves into on a vibrational or frequency basis. And when we are in alignment, we feel very connected to something greater than ourselves. We understand that there's a universal energy that's greater than us, and that it is conspiring to work with us if we align with the thoughts and the emotions behind that. But if we align with thoughts and emotions that are conspiring against us, then the universe will provide that energy for us because it's all an experience. When we look at our lives, everything that we are, experiencing is something that can create a a path for us, a timeline for us. It creates contrast. If we didn't experience love and hate, we wouldn't know the difference. If we didn't experience light and dark, we wouldn't know the difference. If we were always living in the light, we wouldn't appreciate the darkness and what it brings to us, and vice versa. So that's part of living in this third dimensional reality, is understanding that we do live in duality. And if we are in a state where, gosh, everything in my life is negative, or everything is dark, or everything is, just not working out in my favor, then the moments that things do work out in your favor, or light does present itself in your life, you appreciate it more because you understand what it feels like to not have things conspiring, for your greatest and highest good. And so a lot of it is just learning that contrast and saying, okay, I don't like this feeling. I'm not going to continue to give it energy anymore. I'm going to shift my energy in another direction. If you have constantly been, having negative thoughts or negative emotions and negative behaviors, then it takes a little bit of time to turn that car around. I mean, if you're going 60 miles per hour in one direction towards negativity, it takes a little bit of time to turn yourself around and reprogram your thoughts in a more positive light, in a more way that you feel more balanced. But once you begin to learn how to do that, you will begin to also feel when you are in alignment, and it feels so good. And then you can recognize when you drop out of alignment, and you will begin to experience a lot of synchronicities. I know for me, when I'm in that state of the vortex, I am seeing my number signs. I'm having thoughts, and then people are calling me and saying the exact same thing that I just had a thought about. I am, seeing just different signs that the universe is bringing to me that, hey, you are on the correct path. But when I'm out of alignment, I feel completely disconnected. I feel completely out of whack. And, but that's also like my little red flag that says, all right, Tanya, it's time to pull it together. It's time to start to focus your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, bodies in a way that will put you back into alignment. And I know for me, I really diligently work on that first thing in the morning, because I do feel when I wake up, that is that time where I'm in that theta state, and I have that moment where I can set the tone for my day. I can create the energy that I want. Now, does that go throughout the entire day? Some days it does, and some days it doesn't. It really just depends on who I'm engaging with, or what situations or scenarios come up in my life. But I have a choice to align myself back into my vortex if I somehow get shifted out of it. And, you will want to take care of yourself, and you will want to learn to grow the more that you can sense and feel when you are in alignment with your higher self. And you'll get a better sense of how to control your emotions, because you'll say, okay, I woke up in a state of joy, but I turned on the television and now I'm in a state of fear. Okay, maybe it's best that you not turn on the television and watch, those programs, and just really disconnect from that. Or maybe you learn how to master, I can watch television and I can send a different energy to the television and not pick up, or, human Velcro myself to the energies that the television is sending out to me. I know a lot of people that have news alerts and things on their phone. I shut those off years ago, because I want to control what I'm reading. I want to control the information that I'm seeking. I don't want the information to control me. So I stopped having those alerts. And many will say, oh, I can't do that, I have fear of missing out. Well, the fear of missing out is that you can find yourself in alignment a lot easier when you're not being pushed with these heavier emotions, that is out of your body, right? It's in your external reality. So we don't want our external reality to create our internal reality. We want the opposite. We've got to flip that or switch that, where our internal reality is then creating our external reality. And we have control over those things. We have control over the information that is being sent to us, and we have control over how we respond emotionally to that information. And so when we are in alignment, you will also have a very strong sense of empathy towards others. You will feel, you can really empathize with others and feel that unconditional love, that compassion that you may not feel when you are out of alignment, when you might be in a fear, a fearful emotion or a bitter emotion or a guilty emotion. You may be reacting instead of being able to create the emotion. Okay. So it's just understanding it and sensing it, bringing it from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind, and then consciously recognizing or being more aware of the emotions that you may be carrying. And so our emotions do play a huge role in how we are in and out of alignment. Okay. So when you're in alignment, you go on vacation and you feel fantastic. Maybe you go to the beach or you go to the mountains or somewhere that you love and you feel amazing. Well, ask yourself, what types of emotions do I have right now? Probably contentment, peace, harmony, joy, happiness, love, maybe even. Well, when you're out of alignment, what types of emotions are you experiencing? Fear, stress, hate, guilt, shame, bitterness, resentment. I mean, look at the emotions that you're sensing when you are in and out of alignment and just being more aware of that, and having a deeper understanding of, gosh, I'm carrying a lot of emotions that are keeping me out of alignment. What do I need to do to heal those emotional patterns? And how can I move through them, easier and have a deeper understanding of what it is that may or may not keep me in and out of alignment? So, you will also be very self aware. And I think that's really imperative to understanding where we are on an emotional level, being more self aware of the emotions that you are carrying and asking yourself, are these my emotions or are these someone else's emotions? Maybe you wake up in the morning and you feel wonderful and you feel in alignment, and then you go out and you run some errands and you come home and now you're frustrated. Maybe someone cut you off, at the light, or, someone lashed out at you at the store, something like that. You have a choice to, be a sponge and pick up that energy, or you have a choice to send it back to them and say, you know what? I'm not letting you and your emotions that you're projecting out onto me affect my personal alignment. And it may take a few seconds or minutes for you to even recognize that, man, I was in alignment, I felt great, and then I went out about my day, and now, someone yelled at me or whatever, and now for the past 2 hours I feel like terrible, I don't feel good anymore. You have a choice to carry that energy that someone, sent to you, or you have a choice to send it back to them and say, no, 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 no. You're not going to affect my emotional state. Okay. So our emotional state plays a huge role in, when we are in alignment. And, you know, you will also feel very grateful for what you have in life because you're living in the present moment, and you're going to feel thankful for the things that you do have and the things that you, the people in your life and the situations and experiences that you've had. And you'll have a, more expanded awareness of what that may look like. And you might even feel more motivated to reach your goals because you're like, wow, I feel really good and I want to be in alignment more. So, what will make me feel like I'm in alignment more? Following the things that I enjoy, right? Doing things that bring me peace, that bring me harmony, that bring me happiness, that bring me joy. And so you'll just begin to be able to mold, those things more into your life. And then, maybe before you were in alignment 30% of the time, on any given day. And now you're recognizing, wow, I'm in alignment about 60 or 70% of the day. That's fantastic. So, if you have to bring in certain things into your life, maybe it's listening to some music that you enjoy. Maybe it's taking a nice bath or a walk in nature or meditating or getting a massage or, whatever it may be, do that more to bring yourself into alignment, and just start maybe journaling it, writing it down, being more consciously aware of what it is that will bring you into alignment. And I've been doing that a lot more. It's like, okay, I know when I get caught up in my podcast, or I get caught up in sessions with clients, and I recognize that, geez, I haven't even been outside. I haven't even felt the sunshine today, or, I need to go take a walk. My body feels a little restricted. I've been sitting in my chair, all day, and gosh, I need to just create some movement, in my life. So I'll go out and take a walk, or I'll get up and move, or turn on some music that I enjoy and just maybe dance around a little bit. So, just begin to consciously be more aware of what it is that you are feeling, and recognizing when you're in alignment and when you're out of alignment. That could be even a good thing to journal is, what just happened that pulled me out of alignment, or what just happened that pulled me into alignment, because our body and our emotions are a GPS system, right? It's a navigational system. And when we can really tune into that, and have more of a sense of our intuition, we can feel more. And so it's like really dropping into our body and feeling that. And if it's something that is nagging, like I said, it's probably something that needs to be processed. And if you're having a difficult time processing, this is what I do. These are what my sessions are based on. I'm an EFT, emotional freedom technique practitioner. I also use the emotion code. I use light language oftentimes in my sessions. I also, if we need to go deeper, I do quantum healing hypnosis, which is basically just a very deep meditative state that takes you deep into the subconscious mind to figure out where it is that you need to heal, where we need to release, that emotion or that trauma or that memory experience. And it could be in this life, it could be in a past life, could be in a parallel life, it could be in a galactic life. There's so many ways that we can dive in, to the subconscious mind. So if you find that you're struggling with it on your own, then reach out to me. This is what I assist people with. And I kind of learned this on my own. It was something that I dove into myself. And I thought, well, if I can do this for myself, then maybe I can do this, for other people, and I can help other people find their way back to alignment with their higher self. And I will say I'm probably in alignment at least 80% of the day. Some days I'm in alignment all day long, and it's fantastic. And so I'm just learning how to navigate these waters myself. And I guess my intention with this episode is to just be able to share with you ways that I have learned how to stay in alignment. And, you may have ways that you learn how to share, or you've learned how to, be in alignment too. And I would encourage you to share that, because there's so many ways that we can recognize that. We all pretty much know when we're not in alignment. We don't feel good. We hurt. We might be overly emotional. We're frustrated. All these emotions come to the surface, but do we really focus on when we are in alignment? And if we can shift our energy more towards that, then you will recognize that you are in alignment more and more and more, on any given day, because energy flows where our attention goes. So if your attention is on being out of alignment most of the day, then odds are you're probably going to be out of alignment. But if you can really cherish and drink in, those times when you are in alignment, you will begin to recognize that's where I want to be. I want to be in alignment more and more and more, because it feels good and things are flowing to you with ease. And life seems just a little bit more effortless than it does when you are out of the vortex. So I hope that this information was valuable to you. And I do encourage you to share ways that you uh, can pull yourself back in to the vortex. And I say the vortex because I've done a lot of Abraham Hicks teachings. And for those of you who are familiar with Abraham Hicks, she talks a lot about being in the vortex. And the vortex is just that place of alignment, with your higher self. And so if you aren't familiar with Abraham Hicks, check her out. She's got a lot of really good information out there. And, it was very valuable to me to just learn how to navigate my own energy, to learn how to master it, and, have a better understanding of my body and how it feels, and what it feels like to be in and out of alignment. So I send you all so much uplifting energy. I hope you're all having a beautiful day or evening wherever you may be, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.
You deserve to navigate your life as an empath in alignment with health, happiness, and abundance. To learn more about the services that I provide, including Beyond Quantum Healing Hypnosis, EFT Tapping, and the Emotion Code, visit my website at www.thesoulcafe.org.